All right, thank you all for coming. It's really exciting to see you all here. I want to tell you about a couple, oh, be careful. It's just the video camera leg is in there.
Yeah.
Thanks. So I want to pass around just a little bit of information before I get started. I'm going to do a quick reading. But before I do, we have these really cool bookmarks for Transgender Awareness Week, and it's got the info about all the great things that are happening that week. So could I pass this to you, Frankie?
Yes.
And then please take one and come to an event. Thank you. The other thing I'd like to do, and a person I would like to acknowledge who's in the audience right now, is a woman named Michelle T. Hi, Michelle. Yeah. So Michelle T's visiting Tucson from the Bay Area, I think is a safe thing to say. And she's a badass. She tours with Sister Spit and has, I don't know, about, what, 6 amazing books? 6 or 10? And she's doing a reading tomorrow night at the Poetry Center at 7 o'clock. And that is free, and I hope you'll come. And we got flyers for those, so I'm going to pass those around as well. And I sure will. And the final thing that I would like to show off, you can't quite see this amazing, I would call it a brooch, but maybe it's not that. This is a brooch. And so my brooch says man quiche. And because that's amazing. And Frankie and Ben and Noah and Julia, I think all of those folks got together one night and made this word jewelry, and they're selling it at an incredibly low price. Low price for man quiche. I mean, come on. So please take a moment and check it out. I'm just going to read 2 poems tonight, and then I'm going to introduce the other readers. This first poem is called On Minimalization, and on the more discrete notion of risk. Spent a lot of time in my life thinking about what I should not do, and this is maybe a short list. Short list out of a long list. Do not look at sentences sideways. Do not insert commas where periods are sufficient. Do not elucidate, subjunctive, or retract. Do not nickname. Above all else, do not nickname yourself. Do not abbreviate when what you want is an intimacy. Do not whisper to the sister with whom you share a small bed. Do not share a small bed. Do not sleep deeply enough that you wander from the house. Do not wear a face that says precious. Do not be anti-precious. Be sincere but not overly so. Do not be aggressively sincere. Do not be a girl who plays softball. Do not play softball and do not hang out with other girls. Do not be a girl who curls her eyelashes. Do not love to see how she would look if she were bound. Do not love eyelash curlers. Do not love bondage. Know that other girls can see you. Know that they may be tempted to feel betrayed. Do not be a girl. Do not love the bondage of being a girl. Do not be tempted. Do not feel betrayed. Do not believe in hell more than most things. Do not discover masturbation in the 3rd grade. Do not masturbate. Do not ask God to strike you with diarrhea or stomach pain. Do not believe in alcoholism, vegetarianism, or tongues. Do not cry, nor practice fuck with your mouth. Do not shower in the house alone. Do not shower at night. Do not lock the door, but always close it. Do not yell at anyone who enters, because this may anger them, and and they may become suspicious. Do not make a spectacle of your struggling. Do not become suspicious. Do not hide yourself, but do not pick a fight. Interrogate any pleasure relentlessly. Do not participate. You may find casual encounters to be the most obscene. Do not count the telephone poles as you pass them. Do not imagine you are a table saw, and then a wash, and then a crowd. Do not smoke cigarettes at a young age. Do not practice smoking cigarettes at a young age behind a locked door, in the bathroom, at the mirror. Do not fixate orally. Do not remember you have a jealous hole for a mouth. This other poem, I was thinking about this moment. I was young. I was probably like 8 years old, and I remember answering the phone, and that was a big deal because I was like old enough to answer the phone on my own, you know, the phone on the wall, and not the cell phone. And I answered the phone, and this guy said, "What are you wearing?" And I was like, "I don't know, shorts, tennis shoes." And he was like, "Do you have on pantyhose?" And I was like, "No." And so he started to ask me more questions about what I was wearing, and I didn't know what was going on. I was 8 years old, so I just kept answering. And finally my mom comes over to me and she was like, who is that? I was like, I don't know. And she was like, "Give me the damn phone," you know? And so, you know, she was very upset because clearly this guy was way out of line. And was clearly just getting off on this conversation with like an 8-year-old kid, right? And certainly wasn't the first time, but it was definitely a time that stood out to me where I had been duped. And I thought I was somehow responsible for it because I had participated. And so this is from my manuscript called The Littlest Death. The question is, what are stories made of? We are little, we are ticklish, we are pretty. We don't like water, we are deadwood, we are pretty. He said pantyhose, we answered, we are pretty. We are ticklish, we are crying, we are pretty. We are little, we are deadwood, we are tickling. He said little, we are ticklish, we are pretty. We said water, he said pretty, pretty, pretty. He said pretty, 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 little mouth. Thank you. Let's see, so we have Aaron Wilcox is going. Aaron, will you wave? I'm just going to point out the readers and their order, and they're going to just come up one after the other. So Aaron Wilcox is going to go first. Hi, Aaron. And next is going to be Samuel Ace. Hey, Sam. Amrit Donaldson. Excellent. And where's Bo McGuire? I know he's here. And then there's Bo McGuire. And so those four are going to read for us. And after that, we'll take just a second to sort of clear this space. Because Movement Salon will then do a performance. We're going to create a piece right here in the center. Movement Salon is a group that I'm a part of, and we create collaborative pieces involving dance or movement, text and music, using only what we have available to us in the moment. And so we haven't set the piece beforehand. We'll be creating it right in front of you. Compositional improvisation, some might call that. And so after that, then I'll do a quick performance piece. Denise Ihara will do a performance piece, and then we'll take a break. So that's the order, and without further ado, Aaron Wilcox. Thank you.
Hello, thank you everybody. Thank you, Lynn.